What's up guys, TCMuze, and as you already know, last month we got some new music from the legendary Q-Tip pairing up with Ladies Love, Cool James. All right, let's try to do something in that vein. Let's get into it. And on this project, we see Tip being a little more experimental with synths and organic textures, and also having a boomier low end and just playing with some subs. I'm gonna lean away from the synths, but we are gonna put in the other elements and keep it right along in that vein. Let me tell you the tempo. We're at 90 BPMs. And of course we're quantizing, but only at about 75%. I decided to start with the bass riff. Now we're in the key of F major, but most of the things are gonna revolve around the minor notes in F major. All right, just to let you know, we're working with Native Instruments Soul Session. All right, looks like we were able to get that in. I think this one note is just a little too early, so let's just move it over. Let's just move it over and put it on time. Now that we got that bass in, let's put in a basic kick and snare, and then we'll put some other percussions behind it. Hey, what's up, man? If you made it this far, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Let's separate the kicks and the snares. So I'm gonna just duplicate this right here. All right, and this one will be the snare. The top one will be the kick. Jump in here, get rid of that kick, get rid of that snare actually. Boom, jump in here, get rid of that kick. Also for the kicks, snares, and hi-hats, the drums, we're using Native Instruments Soul Magic Pack. Feel that 90s kit. I'm gonna put in a reverbed rim shot just to give it a little bit of variation, a little bit of flair right quick. Think that worked? We're just gonna turn it down some. All right, let's keep going. Let's get some hi-hats in. Let's put in a tom fill at the end just so we can get a little flavor. I'm gonna scoot over here so I don't have to do everything and just clap that in at the end of the track. Cool, I think that works. I'm gonna just go ahead and dedicate a little bit of reverb to this one. Let's see, do I have something I could pop on quick? There we go. Just put a little hall on there. Put the mix at about 20%. Let's just say a large hall. Yeah, there we go. Large hall using a classic studio reverb from IK Multimedia. They just came out last month with that T-Rack 6. Pretty impressive, some of the new plugins. But anyway, let's get back to this. Let's hear what this sounds like with the reverb. Let's adjust it to taste. Cool, so about 12% works. We'll close that up, move on to sample tank, get a couple shakers in here. Let's see, what are we working with on these shakers? All right, we're using this Fuji preset. I don't even think these are shakers, but they kind of have a shaker-esque tone to them. Let's go ahead and program something in, something like maybe 16th notes, just to give it a little bit of a faster rhythm. Now that we got those shakers in there, now it's time for our first harmonic element. I have this organ here that we pulled up from, again, Soul Sessions from Native Instruments, called Cottonmouth Keys. Kind of has an old school flavor to it, like an old school organ. Like I said, anyway, I'm just gonna mimic the bass line and just give the rhythm similar to what the bass line is given right here on these keys. But I'm gonna be very percussive with my playing. All right, you know what time it is. Almost forgot, since I'm putting these trills and whatnot in here, I need to turn the quantize off. So boom, go in, turn it off right quick. You guys remind me to turn it back on. All right, let's get it. All right, I think we got it. Took me 2 tries, but I got it in. Maybe even more than 2 tries, but keep that between me and you. All right, now, like I said, let's turn this quantize back on, because I don't think it's really going to affect the next session that we're putting in. We're going to put in some more keys here. Let's see what we got here. We're using distant winds. We're just going to copy the chords, and we're going to keep it moving just like that. We're going to do a similar rhythm, but just a little more basic. Pull back. Same chords, similar rhythm, strip back a little bit. Let's get it. Let's see what we got here. It looks like I played it incorrectly, except for that note. We'll get rid of that note. There we go. That part, move that over. All right, I think we got it. That sounds much better. That one note was throwing off the whole rhythm for me. But anyway, let's get back into it. We got a couple more spots to fill in before we kind of have this loop taken care of, and we can move on to the next stages. Now we're going to put in that sub that I was referring to kind of give that low end a little extra something. But what we're going to do is, instead of playing on the ones, we're going to play on the 1 and. That way the 1 is free and the sub doesn't clutter it up. We're using Burnt Sub from Analog Labs in their Trap Explorations pack that came out about 2 months ago. Sounds good to me right there. All right, we're rounding the home stretch here for our first 4-bar loop. What I'm gonna do is add in a lead here. This lead is coming from Native Instruments, Soul Sessions, Caterpillar Feet. Yeah, I think it works. Let's just turn it up a little bit. And of course, what TCMuze interpolation wouldn't be complete without some sound effects. All right, we're just gonna put this at the beginning of the 4th bar and then let it loop around. Cool, I think we got it. Let me take a quick second and level this out before we move any further. I'm just gonna play with the levels here, see what I got. All right, we're gonna first start with everything. I think I wanna beef up that kick some. Be reminded, once you set this up, you gotta level set it back down to 0 where it was at the beginning. All right, let's check that before and after. Cool, now we're working with something. I'm gonna do the same thing with the snare. Cool, now that we got those set, we got the foundation set, we can rock. Let me go ahead and just level this. All right, so what I wanna do here is I realize I wanna saturate that bass some. My favorite saturator at the moment is going to be, of course, Safari Pedals Gorilla Drive. Yeah, I like what that did. You see how I was able to saturate it, but still was able to like pull down some on the headroom, kind of level it out a little bit. All right, now let's tuck this back in here and get back to it. Cool, we got that quick mix in. Now what I want to do is, now that we got one solid loop, what I want to do is, of course, we got to have some variation. Let's make a copy of that and let's mute a few parts. Let's see where we want to go with here. I'll walk you through it. So the first thing we're going to do is mute the mute the lead. We don't need that. Going to mute the whole thing. Going to do the same thing to the shaker so we can kind of make this section just a little mellower for our keys section. Those little licks that I put in, we're going to get rid of those. So there's the first lick. There's the second lick. And then there's another part that I know I'll need to get rid of, but let's see where it is. All right, it's those two there. So let's get rid of that. All right, and before I finish this section, I think I want to do a little something with the bass to make that a little more simple, and also maybe do a little something with the lead, but we'll get there. Let's just keep the bass, like get rid of some of these. Just make it like so it's kind of the first couple of notes on the downbeat. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Get rid of that run. Get rid of that run. Get rid of that. And let's see how that sounds. Nice, nice. I think we could get rid of just a little bit more. I think what we're gonna do is with these keys, we're only gonna have them play on the 1 and the 3, right? You see that 1 and the 3, the 1, 12, 1, 12, 3, so on and so forth. So we're gonna mute these in between. Cool, cool, cool. And now that we've done that, I think I'm gonna make a third section. This one we'll just do, we'll make it like a damn near a breakdown. So for this section, we're going to mute the shakers. We're going to mute the hi-hats, if I can get them. And we're going to mute the main instrument here. This makes for like a chill little alternate version there, just as a little bit of a breakdown or whatnot. All right, man, I think that's about it. We've made a pretty dope loop. Made some variations on that loop, all in the style of the new Q-Tip type production, minus a little bit of the synths, but that's cool. I appreciate you guys rocking out with me. And as always, of course, stay up. Let's hear this one out. TCM.